In 1985, a cartoon created by Rankin hit the airwaves. This show is ThunderCats and shouldn't be unfamiliar to my viewers here. I'd like to, of course, talk about the show more and plan to again in the future. Yes, I'll be picking up the episode-by-episode coverage again soon. There's a couple points of contention with being in this community, especially if you're trying to archive things related to the show and its history. First point is the fact that fans, for some reason, seem to be more focused on toys than they are anything else. Which is, quite frankly, odd considering the show and its characters would be why you'd want the toys. But mindless consumerist mentality is just built into my generation, I guess. The second point is that when production stuff about the show comes up to bid and people purchase them, they just seal them away. No digital preservation, no scanning things in, nothing. While it's true that they bought these things fairly, I think preserving these things for the whole of the community, as well as animation and franchise history, is a greater good. I don't think doing so will somehow cheapen the value of the physical copies. That's like thinking Comixology's digital comics devalues the physical ones, which is clearly not true. Due to these frustrations, I made a Facebook group that's entire purpose is discussing and cataloging ThunderCats things related to the original show, comics, and any other media that is not related to the toys. This is where group member Philip Gibson comes in. If there's a ThunderCats group, board, or discussion, Philip's going to be there, and so he posted an eBay listing of a VHS that contained promotional material concerning the show. And me, being a bit ravenous, decided I had to buy it. Also, it wasn't cheap. I spent as much on this absurdly rare piece of ThunderCats history as some people do on specific pieces of mass-produced plastic. So there's that. Once I got this tape in, I rushed to my local transfer store to get the VHS digitized. What I'm going to be showing here in a minute is that digitized video. But before I do, I think I need to give some context here. Back in the day, licensors would need to put together presentations in order to sell their brands to television stations or even other production companies for greater brand visibility. So they'd hype up their product as much as possible and list all the other companies that are taking part in it to sway whoever they were pitching this to. So for the first time ever publicly in almost 40 years, I present to you the brand pitch for ThunderCats.
For 1985, something is going to take the country by storm. ThunderCats. ThunderCats, the exciting new weekday children's TV series, supported by one of the biggest marketing and merchandising programs of 1985. ThunderCats, a story in the superhero tradition where good triumphs over evil. ThunderCats, a mighty quintet endowed with both superhuman and super animal powers. Lion-O, the powerful young leader, fearlessly brave like the king of the jungle. Chitara, so swift she's seen as a blur in action. Panthro, a master of the martial arts. Tigra, just like a chameleon. The leader of the evil mutants is Mum-Ra. He's backed by the armies of the reptilians, the Jackalmen, and the Monkey Men. Both forces fight fiercely for the Eye of Thundera, embedded in the hilt of a mighty sword. It's the ThunderCats' source for power. But the ThunderCats' greatest power will be on TV. ThunderCats, a series 2.5 years in the making. A series that has been kid-tested with overwhelming approval. A series with $15 million invested. 65 half-hour episodes in production. A series sold into the top 72 TV markets, reaching over 75% of U.S. homes. The highest clearance of any new syndicated series. A series with a 3-year guaranteed commitment from each station. It all kicks off in February '85 with a 1-hour special. But you won't just see ThunderCats on TV. They'll also be in the marketplace. A select array of products will bear the ThunderCat license. Each product is created by companies that lead their respective fields, ensuring an extensive lineup of quality products. As the lead licensee, LJN is committed to making ThunderCats a major toy success. Over $2 million has gone into the development and tooling of the ThunderCats, resulting in the most exciting, well-balanced line in LJN's history. Action figures, each with LJN's unique Battle-matic action. Incredible vehicles for both land and air. Action play sets, fully loaded with more features than ever before. The two lead action figures, Lion-O and Mum-Ra, will be ready to greet the public right after the February TV special airs. The rest of the line will be shipped well before the premiere of the fall series. LJN is supporting the ThunderCat line with $4 million in advertising, the largest single commitment for any product line in LJN's history. The ThunderCat line of toys from LJN. They're gonna create a store, and every kid's gonna hear the thunder.
That was an experience. What did I notice about this, though? Well, the character shots that were used have been found in other promotional material, as well as a pocket calendar. Interesting, though, that the really early design for Chitara was used, as well as the model for Tigra. I wonder how long in production they were when this was made. I also noticed that the Lion-O and Mum-Ra figures shown were extremely early in design. It's why Lion-O had a clearly thrown together weapon, and Mum-Ra's sword is certainly different from the final version. I'd seen this in other promotional materials recently, so it wasn't a shock, just something neat to add. I'd also like to note that toys were the last thing mentioned here, taking a back seat to the show itself, as it should. The video itself notes that the toys will arrive after the show airs. I think finally putting to bed which came first, the show or the toys. While this video was expensive, and I'm sure not many people are going to watch this because I'm not dunking on some degenerate dork, I still think it's important to catalog and publicize franchise history like this. I'm not looking to get a return on this investment, I'm just looking to make sure everyone can enjoy this franchise the way I do. Despite what certain clowns think, because I'm critical of a modern toy line. Losers. Now for the sites that want to post a link to this whole video, they're welcome to. However, if you just want to use the promo video itself, please contact me via the email address listed in my About page or contact me on my socials. I really enjoyed presenting this to all of you, but what did you think of this? Let me know in the comments below. Special thanks as always to my patrons. If you want to support me, the link to that is in the description. There's also the community Discord to join if you're so inclined. I'll see you guys later. Take care.